just down in Bridgewater. We're on one of the runs waters at Trinity Lakes, and we've done a night, me and Ollie, who stood right there, and not much has happened in my swim. I've had one fish, just got my second fish on the bank. I've lost a couple, and Ollie's on 10 now, I think. He's had quite a few, and yeah,
And lost two.
and lost a couple. So I just thought I'd show you this fish. It's only a little common, but I hadn't had a chance to do any videoing yet because we got here so late. There you go, quite a pristine little common. She's had it on a rod really close in, and just on a little sticky baits dumbbell krill hook bait. Just a straight bottom bait. Wasn't balanced or anything, just hard on the deck. Fish with a few freebies around it. And there's a load of these in here. It's a proper little runs water. I'm quite surprised I haven't had a lot, so I was just considering moving, but as I've now just had a bite, I'm going to give it a bit longer, probably have some breakfast, and then decide what to do after that. Sounds like they're just opening the gates as well, so we'll get this fish back and see if we can get some more. Right then, morning. It's 12th of July. It's a Sunday, and you join me on the bank on Wildmarsh at Trinity Waters, which is in Bridgewater. It's a lake. I haven't fished a lot. I fished it sort of a couple of times, all of which has been in the winter. This is the first time I fished it with warmer conditions. Bit of a poor night, if I'm honest. I was expecting quite a few, but it is runs water, so me and I'm fishing here with Ollie today, so we were going to have a little bit of a social, and we were expecting a few. It was a bit of a last minute decision to come out. I wasn't planning on actually getting out this weekend, but we decided about 2 o'clock, I think it was, that we'd try and head out for the evening and do a night. And yeah, it was nice to get out, but I haven't had a lot of sleep. It's been a pretty miserable night. Ollie's not done too bad. I think he's on 10 now. I've just had my second fish, a little common. Unfortunately, the average size is quite small in here, but it is sort of runs water, so you are just looking at bites really, as opposed to a better stamp of fish. But hopefully, you know, if I start to get a few more, we might be able to catch like a double or two. But I think there's the odd 20 in here, but not many. We turned up yesterday quite late. It's probably 8:30, I would have thought, at least, and we had a good walk around. To be honest, there were fish everywhere. It was quite hard to make a decision where to get in, and personally I preferred this bank we've got on, which is like the road bank. So I've basically caught in the winter along this bank, and the fish seem to be up in the margins, and I don't think they probably move a lot any time of the year, just because there's not a lot else in the lake. You know, it's a very featureless sort of water, and the margin is pretty much the main feature. I think it's probably where they spend most of their time. But there's a nice wind pushing into here, and or there was supposed to be a nice wind pushing into here, and that did end up happening. The pressure changed, we ended up getting a load of rain. I had to move my brolly a couple of times just because it really was pushing in here, and my bottom of my bed chair was starting to get damp because I've only got the tiny little scope brolly, so I had to move my my shelter a few times. But anyway, yeah, we started off. I just put a couple of rods, one to the left, one to the right, right up in the margin, and then my middle rod I actually fished across to the far side under a tree, overhanging tree. Didn't bait too heavy. I bought some ground bait I wanted to use up. Put sort of 4 or 5 balls of ground bait over each rod, each of the margin rods, and then the rod on the far side I just put some boilies across to with a spawn. I probably put 5 out. Had 1 fish on it. Probably put another 5 out. So, I mean, I suppose I think about sort of 10 spawns is about 1 kilo. So I suppose I put out half a kilo, had a fish, put out another half a kilo. So I put out a good bit of bait on the middle rod, but since nothing's happened on that, and I have actually brought it now into my close-in margin. I've had a couple of bites on the left rod which have been really finicky bites. I've had a bream and I've just had a little common. The other ones have actually fouled me up in debris, so I've decided I actually moved the rods further out, about a rod length further out, because Ollie's had 10 fish and he's actually fishing a bit further out than what I am. So I decided to put the rods a bit further out and just put a couple of handfuls of baits over them, which is what I had the common on. So a little bit of a change of tactics, did produce a bite, but nowhere near as much as I was expecting. Unfortunately, the owner said the lakes haven't been fishing very well in the day, and most fish have been coming out on the night, but it's supposed to stay overcast today. It's not supposed to rain, but it's still supposed to maintain quite a good temperature. I think it's meant to be 18-19 degrees, so I'm thinking we can probably catch fish in the day. I don't want to stay all day because I've been to the gym the weekend, so I do want to get back, go to the gym, and try and get to bed at a decent time. So pretty much had no sleep last night. I think I had about 2 hours. I'm feeling it this morning. Excuse that. I'm feeling it this morning. They've just opened a gate. Saying it's just before 6, so opened it a bit earlier, but I haven't seen anyone turn up yet, and I'm thinking the weather might put quite a few people off, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna have a bit of breakfast, have a coffee, and if anything happens, I'll let you know. I was thinking of making a move because I just think there's more action to be had elsewhere, and the swim's really just not producing a lot of action. So I've pretty much packed all my gear down. All I've got left out is really the rods now. So I'm going to leave it a little bit longer because I've just had this one, and I'll just show you quick. It's a lovely looking fish. I have to say, so far the fish we've had have been in really good condition. So, I mean, this is fish number 3, as you can see, a little bit bigger, but look how pristine that is. It's a lovely, lovely fish, and I assume they get a lot of bait, a lot of food, which keeps them in this cracking condition. You can't really knock that, you know. Put up a nice scrap, they scrap really strangely and right under the rod tip, just swim around on a tight line. Don't really take a lot of line off of the spool, but they seem to just swing around on a tight line. I mean, commons are pretty much the same on most sides, but just spin around. So there you go. So I don't know, maybe £5-6 at the most. But bigger than the last one, so a lovely pristine common. And we're getting back, and I'll just have a liner on that right hand rod. We'll see if anything else happens before I move out of here and try and find somewhere else. Right then, it's 9:45. I've moved swims. I'm now in swim 40. Right, probably the smallest one so far. Just at the margin on the right hand rod. Just moved swims. Been out there about 15 minutes. Over about a handful of boilies. Caught it on a little 15mm krill sticky baits. Dumbbell it was, so about 16mm. And yeah, tiny little common. Anyway, I'll slip it back and get the rod back out. Right, just got another tiny little common. This one went off even quicker. Again, literally peas in a pod. But they'd be good on a feeder or float tactics, more match style. But could do with something a bit bigger really. But they fight well under the rod top on a tight clutch and fishing up against the snag, so good bit of fun. Anyway, we get this back, and I'm going to show you the rig. So I changed the rig, which caught this one, and the bite was a lot faster. It's probably only in the water 5 minutes. I actually stood next to the rod because I knew it was going to go, and it just pulled up and off it went. So I'll get this one back, I'll show you the rig, get the rod back out, and get another one. Right now, I've lost count of how many I'm on now, but I think it's 7 or 8. It's 10:20. So I think I've had 2 or 3 in about half an hour. It's gone a little bit quiet. I did just have a liner on the right hand rod, and what I've changed since the last fish, I've just put single bank sticks on now. I did have them on a 3-rod buzzer bar, because that's what I was using in the other swim, but because this is quite a tight swim, I've only decided to now put 2 rods out. So I brought one of the rods in, and because I've had all the fish on the right hand rod, I decided to put my left hand rod in the left hand margin on the same bank, and just put a couple of handfuls of bait around that. So just basically just to stop the chance of any sort of tangles, or it's quite likely for a fish to try and get around the other rod, or if I get a better fish, it's very much likely that it's going to smash me up on if I have too much stuff in the way. So I decided to give myself more room, and allow me to fish a bit more effectively. At least if I do get anything better, I should be able to land it alright. I mean, judging by the average size, probably not going to happen, but a guy, apparently a guy had a 20 yesterday or the day before, and we spoke to another lad that had a 19-pound grass carp, which is a lovely fish. And although we're not here to catch anything that big, it's just a case of getting bites. Would be nice to catch something like that. Anyway, I said I was going to show you my rig. Now, this is a little bit different to what I had out there. Different in the sense that it's a slightly different slightly different leg clip setup, but same principle. I've got a, as you can see, I've got a lead-free leader running up. It's about 2 foot onto a Fox leg clip and a really short hook length. Now I've got just a Fox leg clip, 1.5 ounce lead. Doesn't really matter what lead you use. Tiny piece of that's a trimmed down tail rubber. Where I'm using such a short hook length, I obviously didn't need a really long anti-tangle sleeve to push it away, so I've just cut the back of one off and just used the back one just to stop it from wrapping around the lead. And the hook bait is a krill 16mm wafter, just to balance it on the. It's a very nice subtle setup. I've got maybe a 3-inch hook length, size 8 barbless Nash twister, just knotless knotted, nothing exciting as such. The camera's not going to zoom in, I don't think, but it's just knotless knotted. And I've got forgotten what it is on there now. I can't remember what braid I even got on there, to be honest. I've tied these up. These are little bag rigs that were tied up a while ago, but it's £20, I know that. And then I've just put a bit of krill paste around the wafter. Now obviously it's not going to be as it's not going to drop as subtly, because that's just going to plunge into the silt, but it just protects the hook a little bit. It adds a load of attraction instead of having to put a bag on or anything like that, and it just makes it look different. So once that breaks down, if it's out there long enough for it to break down, there'll just be a little wafter down, which obviously on a little hook length like this, it's just going to go flying back. And that the past last fish I had on it, well, it must have took it inch or two back in its mouth. It was pretty much half the hook length was back in its mouth. So yeah, brilliant hook holds. Even though they're small fish, you know, it's interesting playing around with little rigs. Quite a hell of a liner. I think I might put the camera on the rod. I might be able to get a video of a bite. Right. This is the smallest fish I've had, but I just thought I'd show you it because this tiny little guy nearly did me in the snags amazingly. It's a perfect little common. Look at that. Tiny little perfect common. And amazingly it nearly did me in the snags. Ejected the lead off the leg clip and got in the snags. I thought it was going to be a better fish. Turns out to be the smallest one so far. Perfect little fish. Absolutely lovely little thing. Definitely get enough grub in here because they're all really nice condition. I lost the fish about 20 minutes, half hour ago. I've just been tying up some spare rigs and just went banging off. Can't believe it, nearly did me in the reeds. Lovely full fin. Anyway, let's get you back. Right, it's 20 past 12 and fortunately just lost a fish on a left rod. First bite I've had on a left rod. Just doing a video blog, just updating what was going on, and I basically just lost a fish on the left hand rod. The first bite I've had on a left hand rod. Then I'd set the my little 6-foot sawn off scope up. I would normally use them on a lake like this because you don't need sort of 10-foot rods. I mean, people use 12-foot rods, but I generally have 10-foot rods, and you don't even need them on a place like this. You can quite easily use a 6-foot rod or an 8-foot rod, but the sawn offs are like £3, 6-foot. Great for stalking, great for up and close situations like this. But I only brought one of them with me, so I thought for a bit of fun, or set it up and get it on, and just had this one. It might scrape double figures. This it's definitely the biggest one today, so I'm happy with that. I think that's just £10. I'm not going to bother weighing it, but again, lovely fish, real good scrap on a little 6-footer. Again on the sticky baits krill, little dumbbell. I'm using wafters now just to balance them out so that they suck them back more. getting some great hookals with little 3-inch braided hook links. But good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get this one back, get the rod back out there. Right, for some reason it's decided to start raining again. Coming down quite a bit now as well. It's been spotting on and off, but mostly it's not actually been that bad. It's so humid as well, so you don't really want to put any waterproofs on, so you tend to just get wet, to be fair. But don't really matter too much for a day session, but it is a little bit annoying. There's the rods. We've got the 6-foot rod on the left and a 10-footer on the right. It's good old scoop gear. I love it. It's definitely not just a gimmick. It really is a good bit of kit, and allows you to fish a lot more subtly and a lot more mobile than if you were to have, say, 12-foot rods, big pit reels, and you can still cast a long way with them. If you've got them balanced out like I have with the big new big Shimano bait runners, they cast a good range with 16-pound line. You can hit over 100 yards quite comfortably, and if you up the lead size to 4 ounce or so, then you can quite easily sort of go 120, 130 with a bit of practice. And if you stick braid on, you can go even further. Well, I didn't think it was going to rain like this. I thought it was supposed to stay dry this afternoon. This is quite annoying. Everything is pretty much dried out. Anyway, sit the camera away. Right then, just moved swims. Just had a rod out in here for about 5 minutes now, and I'm in swim 41, which is to the left of where I was. It went a bit quiet in there, and just fancied having a go in another spot, to be honest. This time now I've just decided to leave the 10-foot rods in the van. All I've bought is the 6-foot scope, and I've got my unhooking mat, camera and net. Just the essentials basically. Just got a bit of krill paste to wrap around the hook bait. Just using the same thing again. Nice sticky baits wafter. Good old krill, and I've got quite a slack line. I'm starting to get a bit of indication now on the slack line. There's obviously some fish up under there. Whether it's carp or not, I don't know, but the fish tend to be quite small anyway, it seems, so you know. Yeah, we'll see if we get anything. I've put it oh, I'm in. One in the bag. That didn't take long, it took about 5 minutes. I was out there about 5 minutes, just dropped in this swim 41, just dropped under a nice overhanging tree, looked really good for a bite, literally about 10 baits around it, and off it went. I was literally just doing a little update to say that I moved Rob with the wire quickly I think, and getting back, nice little common, but he wants to go in. Right then, swim number 4, just dropped in over that hanging willow, put a handful of bait under that probably about half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago. Thought I might get a quick bite, it's been out there 5 minutes I'd say. There's some people on the bank on the opposite side, over that side, over there. And they're quite loud. You might be able to pick them up on the mic. Ollie's just playing his fish. He's on the island, and I think he's playing out number 15. I think he's at 15 now. So he's pretty happy. He's doing alright. So we're both getting a few now. It's pretty cool. But anyway, it's a bit of, don't know if that's on the lens or not. Fine bit of drizzle at the moment, but I'm gonna give it a second in here and see if anything happens, and then maybe try another spot, and then probably go. Right, swim number 5, and actually my 5th swim. Just got it underneath that little tree there, just off the rod top. Got about 10 baits there. I've baited up, I think it must be swim 4 to the left. Ollie's at about 15 I think now, and he's at a tench as well. And he's just up in there. Tiny little mirror, nice to get a mirror now. At swim 5, 5th swim in a session. I think this is fish 15. So I think me and Ollie have both had 15 carp, but Ollie's actually said had 3 tench on the trot. But nice to get fish number 15, which nice productive session. Obviously you can see it's a little one. Just holding up to the camera so you can see the scales. It's got a nice little scaly fish. Yeah, nothing big obviously, but it's nice to get some bites on a little social and do a bit of stalking, catch them with a little 6-foot rod and that. So good fun. You know, I'm going to slip him back. I've already got the rod out there. I'm slipping back and that could be the last fish. Yeah. Right, just had another fish on that rod on the far side, straight after the other. Again in swim 5. Thought it might have been a double, but it's totally. I actually weighed it just to see, because we're hunting a double obviously today. But fortunately it's not far off though. But there's a bit of water on the camera. Cracking little skinny fish. There you go, cracking little skinny one. Oh dear. Come on, just let me hold you up. I thought that was going to be the last one, but I think this is probably the last one, because it just started pissing down with rain, and I think it's time to go get a coffee and get on the M5 and head up home. Let's show the other side. There you go. It's a nice, nice scaly one. Probably the best looking fish I've had today, to be honest. Although the comms have been pretty pristine, so nice to get a good mirror. So anyway, let's get him back. Right, I'm going to try and hold him up, but he's really lively. So I just had that mirror. I put the rod back out while I was doing the filming, and it's gone melting off straight away. And just had this little, extremely lively comment. It's only a few pounds, but another lovely little fish. I think the moral of this lake is stay mobile, a little bit of bait over the top of the rod, move around. I mean, I've had, I think, 5 fish now just with one rod, walking around, dropping it in areas that look good. And I mean, I've just had 3 out of this swim, so okay, there's only little fish, but it's lovely fun for a little summer's afternoon after doing a night. So anyway, I'm going to get this back. That is the end of the video, so thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave me a comment, check out my Facebook page, Effort Equals Success, and I'll be on the bank again soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.